Hey everybody, Brian from Be the Nice Kid. Now I got another story for you today. And this story, when I go to schools, is one of my most asked about stories because the kids will come up to me afterwards and they'll say, did that really happen to you? Is that true? And this story is really true. This really happened to me. There's this place in Minnesota where we're from called Paul Bunyan Land. And Paul Bunyan Land is kind of like this little fair, little carnival. There's some small rides there. There's a little Ferris wheel. There's a little merry-go-round. There's a bunch of games. There's some snacks and treats. And when I was younger, my family and I, we went to Paul Bunyan Land usually once a year. It was fun. We'd hang out for a couple hours, then we'd go do something else. So when I was 8, when I was 9, when I was 10, I went to Paul Bunyan Land. When I was 11, I walked in and I looked over and I saw something that I had never seen at Paul Bunyan Land before. It was tall. It was kind of like as tall as a door and about as wide as maybe 2 doors. It was kind of like a box. And I looked, I'm like, what is this box thing? So I made my way toward it. And on my walk over toward it, I noticed on the outside of this box was a tic-tac-toe board. And it was an electronic tic-tac-toe board, but it wasn't lit up. So I was super confused. I kept walking toward it. Outside it was kind of clear, so you could see into the box. I saw something moving around the inside of the box. I'm like, whoa, what is that? So I got up really close and I peeked in. You know what it was? It was a chicken. Like a real live chicken, not a pretend chicken, not a stuffed animal chicken, not a robot chicken. It was a real chicken walking around the bottom of this box with a tic-tac-toe board on the outside, and I thought, what the heck is this thing? I don't know what this thing is. So I kept examining it. I kept looking at it, and I noticed something on this box. On the bottom of the box was a coin slot. You know, like if you're gonna play a video game or a claw machine game, it had a coin slot to start up the game. I'm like, what? This thing is a game? What kind of game is this? I figured it out. You know what the game was? You could play tic-tac-toe against the chicken. And as an 11-year-old, I thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I want to play tic-tac-toe against a chicken. So I was with my brother, I was with my mom and dad, and I said, Mom, can I please have a quarter? Because, by the way, that's the easiest way to be the nice kid. Just say please and thank you all the time. It's the easiest way. Use your manners all the time. I said, Mom, quarter. I got the quarter. I put it in. Right when I put it in, from the top of this box thing fell a lot of chicken feed, like stuff that chickens eat. And this chicken feed fell down and it filled in these little compartments right by the tic-tac-toe board. So if you think of what a tic-tac-toe board looks like, 3, 3, 3, it filled in these 9 little spots. And before I could do anything at all, the chicken went BAM! And smashed its face right up against it. I'm like, crazy chicken, what are you doing? And you know what happened? A red X lit up on the board. I thought, no way, chicken knows how to play tic-tac-toe. That's awesome. So if the chicken's X, I'm O. I have to figure out how to put an O on this board. So I'm looking on the outside of the box, kind of by the board, and I noticed little buttons. So I pressed a button, and a red O lit up for me. Boom! Chicken does it again. Another X. Now, we've played tic-tac-toe before. We know it's a fast game. We know you take turns back and forth, and that's what we did. Until I froze. And my eyes got really big. And my brother started laughing. And my mom and dad started laughing. You know why? The chicken beat me at tic-tac-toe. I lost to a chicken playing tic-tac. Are you kidding me? How do you lose to a chicken playing tic-tac-toe? I don't even lose to my own kids playing tic-tac-toe. I just lost to a chicken. I was so embarrassed. What do you think I did next? Might surprise you. You know what I did? I got mad. I got angry. I looked at my brother, I said, it's your fault. You distracted me. You made me lose. And I looked at my mom and I yelled at my mom, which is not a good idea. Was it my mom's fault that I lost to a chicken? No. Was it my brother's fault I lost to a chicken? No. It wasn't even the chicken's fault that I lost to the chicken. It was me. I'm the one that played the game. And sometimes when you play a game, you lose. And sometimes when you play a game, you win. It happens to everybody. But what matters is what you do after you win or lose. After you play that game, do you congratulate the other people or do you pout? If you win, do you brag about it? No. We have to do small little things to make other people feel good. And one of those things is we just accept what happens during the game. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Now, there might be times in the past where you've gotten really angry if you lost. Or you might be that kid that brags a little bit when he wins. It's okay. Start over right now. Because part of this is we have to learn from our mistakes. Because if I still act the same way today, as I did with the chicken back then when I was 11? Do you think anybody would want to play any games with me? Nobody would want to be around me at all if I acted that same way. I had to learn from these things. So if we make mistakes in the past, that's okay. We make mistakes. But let's learn from our mistakes. As much as you can, think about those things in the past you've done, and you're like, ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Or, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. It's okay. Start fresh right now. Learn from your mistakes. We'll talk again soon. Thanks. See ya.